Potential banger here at lightweight. We got Khama Worthy taking on Jai Herbert. Herbert's gonna have a 3-inch reach advantage, 2 inches taller. So I will start with Herbert. Former Cage Warriors champion, looked very good in Cage Warriors. Got a bunch of knockouts. Rangy striker, got good knees, good tie plum. But he's had a tough test in the UFC so far. Loses to Francisco Trinaldo in a fight where he had some success. Definitely won the second round. Knocked him down with a clean shot, clean overhand right. Sits him down, lands some good ground and pound, some good follow up shots. He's got great strikes against the clinch when he's got his opponent cornered. That's when he really starts raining down the really accurate punches in the knees that really seem to put his opponents out. But Trinaldo's chin is true, and he came back in the third round, looked re energized, lured him into a brawl, got that knockout, beautiful overhand left. That fight's mostly known for Dan Hardy calling out Herb Dean for the late stoppage. I think he had a point, but yeah, it kind of cost Dan Hardy his job at the end of the day. So it kind of sucks. I kind of like Dan Hardy as a commentator. And then he fights Renato Moicano in his second UFC fight. Another tough test. Moicano's fought some of the best in the division. And he fought off the submissions in the first round. Got taken down with the body lock, but was able to get back up. Herbert's demonstrated pretty good get-ups. Very athletic guy. But yeah, then he gets up to his feet and he starts landing some good offense. Got his range, got his rhythm, and was landing some clean overhands and some good counters too. But then he gets taken down again and submitted in the second round after eating some pretty nasty ground and pound. Almost got stopped that way. So yeah, tough test for Jai Herbert. People seem to be down on his game just a bit. Came in pretty hyped up, but yeah, tough test. I still think he's game though. I think this is a huge measuring stick for both of these guys, but potentially a pink slip fight here too. But yeah, uh, the pluses about Herbert's game are definitely the punching accuracy and the solid knees. Um, I think if he can keep this fight at range, he's just a more technical boxer, and he fights a more technical fight. He's also got weird movement. So he sets up his punches from weird angles, at least with his hands, always moving. Same thing with Khama Worthy, though. It's kind of what he's known for. Just this weird style of movement, very twitchy, very fast. So he gets some nasty counters from weird angles, and he always counters. He's one of those guys who gets hit and he fires right back. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight that way. Big chance that somebody gets caught with just something that you didn't really see coming, wasn't really set up. But for Khama Worthy, steps into the UFC, big knockout win against Devontae Smith, former training partner of his, big underdog in that one. Smith lost to Jamie Malarkey his last time out, got knocked out. But that's actually what happened to both these guys. Both Smith and Worthy both got knocked out by Malarkey in their last fight. But yeah, Worthy comes in with good hype, and he's supposed to fight Michael Johnson on one of those early COVID cards in Jacksonville. Luis Pena, the domestic abuser, Luis Pena, who just got cut, steps in on short notice. And I didn't think Pena was particularly good anyway before he got cut, but he does some things well. So it was good to see Khama Worthy fight off the takedowns in that one and was able to get a submission after Pena ran into a guillotine. So take it for what's worth. I consider it a good win for Worthy, even though Pena, like I said, domestic abuse society wasn't the greatest fighter. But I think he's knocked out by Atman Azaitar. No shame there. That guy, I used to have so much hype on him. Don't know what's good with him after that whole bag situation, but lightning fast hands, just caught him with a counter, one counter combination, and that was it. And then Jamie Malarkey, he just gets hit with one clean left hook, and that puts him out really bad. So he's been knocked out bad his last two fights, and he's also been knocked out pretty much every time he's gone up a level in competition over the course of his career. Got knocked out by Paul Felder in his second fight back in 2012, so we won't hold that fight against him. Then he gets knocked out by Billy Q in like 2015 in the second round. Got knocked out by Kyle Nelson also shortly before coming to the UFC. So whenever he's fought like a UFC, like an established UFC guy, he's knocked him out. The exception of Smith. Even though Smith lost that last fight, I still think he's not like a bottom of the barrel fighter. He's good. He earns his roster spot, but yeah, the chin is definitely a question for Khama Worthy. I think also his defense isn't the best. Neither one of these guys have the best defense. Herbert keeps his hands low. Uh, Worthy has better defense, but his head movement isn't the greatest. He can leave his chin tucked up, but even Luis Pena was able to find his range on Khama Worthy. So I see Herbert having an easier time doing that. He's more technical. And also, while Herbert keeps his hands low, Worthy kind of has a wide guard, and Herbert's got really accurate overhands. So I could see that punch landing just straight down the pike on Worthy, whose head is just kind of stationary. But should be noted that Worthy did switch to Syndicate MMA for this camp. He's been training with Dan Hooker, who's been hanging out there since he's stuck in the U.S. and waiting for the Islam Makhachev fight. So yeah, Hooker's been in that gym pretty regularly training, and Worthy's been working with them. So that camp switch could have been super beneficial a couple of years ago, but there's still time for that to do a lot of benefit for Khama Worthy. And so for this one, I like Jai Herbert to win, but it's close. It could be a tricky fight to bet. There's definitely risks involved. Both guys, the chin is a little questionable, but I think it's more questionable in the case of Khama Worthy. Jai Herbert's eating some shots, but he got beautiful counter against Trinaldo that I didn't see coming. That knocks him out cold. But other than that, like, his chin isn't super suspect, whereas Khama Worthy's been knocked out multiple times by UFC talent and very badly in the past couple times with just one shot, too. So that's not good to see. But at the same time, Khama Worthy totally capable of landing a crazy shot himself and in this fight. But I do like Jai Herbert. I think he's just more technical. I think he's more equipped to win a decision. I wouldn't be surprised if Khama Worthy tries to wrestle. Camp switch, different minds. Um, he's not a particularly great wrestler, but Herbert's not a particularly great wrestler either, great grappler. But I do think that Herbert's better. I think he's bigger, and I think that he'd be able to shake that off. I think it would not be beneficial to Worthy because Herbert's been able to fight off submissions and be able to get back to his feet against pretty damn good wrestlers and submission threats. So I don't think it's going to be a problem against Khama Worthy, who he's bigger than. But from a betting perspective here, can't really pick a prop. And then I know it seems like this fight's going to go, not going to go the distance. Probably the best case. Like, I want to bet Jai Herbert by knockout. It's just, it kind of speaks to the money line in this one, too. It's just, I like Jai Herbert. I see the path for Jai Herbert. But there's also some unknowns with him. So I could totally see this line. I could totally see this where Jai Herbert just comes out and he looks better than minus 170. He looks like minus 300, just starches them. We're like, all right, well, that's why there was hype on Jai Herbert. But at the same time, it's just for me to bet it confidently. And I'm probably going to bet this fight. But for me to bet it confidently in like a big parlay or a big straight play or just something like that. And when I say big parlay, I mean like half a unit or a unit on parlays. I don't like to do big money on parlays. I like to do high value parlays for like a unit, half a unit, or even lower for some of the crazier ones. Or when I say crazy, I mean lots of different props. But um, yeah, like for me to do like a half a unit 3 leg parlay with this money line, I'd have to be a little more confident in Herbert's ability relative to the line. And just because we don't know, I'm gonna wait. And I wouldn't at all be surprised if money comes in on Khama Worthy and we get this line a little bit better. We get it at like minus 150 where I'm really gonna like it because that's just how I feel about it. I think Herbert deserves to be the favorite, but not a sizable favorite, and he's right on that borderline of becoming a too big of a favorite for me to really confidently play him. So we'll have to see with odds later in the week. We'll have to see with props, but I do like Jai Herbert to win this fight, and we got some time to really go over a method, study this fight a little bit more, and just see where the line moves. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe and take it easy.